Hello. Wow, you're quick. All right, let's see here. Perfect timing. Hi, guys. Free Spirit, St. James, Crystal. Oh, gosh, everyone's coming in now. What time is it there, my fox's baby cakes? Hi, Pam. Carly from Georgia. Hi, Bonnie. Sweden loves you. Loves you too, Jenny. Love you too, guys. Michelle from North Carolina. Holy, comments are coming in fast. Hi, Lisa. Thanks. Thank you so much. Florida in the house. Evelyn. Oh, Montreal. Hey, Sarah. Oh my God, the comments are going so fast I can't even keep up. Oh, Kelly from Calgary, another Canadian. Georgia, New Jersey representing. San Antonio, Texas, Missouri, holy cow, Michigan. Sherry, he's on meds now, so he's getting better. He's definitely getting better. Michigan from the UK. Rachel, what time is it in the UK? Are you guys 5 hours ahead or 6 hours ahead? Chicago. Oh, Mississauga. St. James Modern Art. Cool. Hi, Maria. Hi. All right, so no painting today. You guys can all hear me good, right? I don't have my microphone on. I have it clipped to my candle holder. But you guys can hear me, right? I didn't want to clip it onto my shirt. It was awkward. Saskatchewan. Hi, Cindy. 8 p.m. in the UK. Vancouver Island, Alberta. Cool, cool. Very, very cool. So, perfect. We've got South Dakota. So basically, guys, this is all about questions you guys may have about painting, about the Dutch pour, about that kind of stuff. And also questions about me. If anyone has questions about, you know, going live. See, I have my phone here and I'm talking to Tammy Anderson. So, you know, questions like that. But yeah, feel free. So I was thinking if you have a question, maybe type it out in capital letters. Maybe it'll pop out some more so that I can see it because, guys, the comments on my computer screen are literally going like this. So I might miss them as we're going along. Yeah, forgive me if I don't catch your question because the comments are moving super, super fast. Why don't I use spray varnish? I've never tried it. I just really like the Liquitex gloss varnish. I like layering it on. Also, because I work in the basement, spraying that stuff is probably not good for you to breathe it in. Because my basement is so small, you know, all that smell down there is probably not good. It's the middle of winter here and freezing outside, so it's not like I can spray outside. So that's why I use the gloss varnish by Liquitex. Dutch pour tell all. Wood rounds, recommended thickness for hanging. All my wood rounds are 1/2 inch thick. So, where's the best place platform for selling your paintings? Can you tell us more about setting up a booth? Okay, so best place, like, I mean, I have an Etsy shop. The problem with Etsy is Etsy takes a cut out of everything you sell. It could be a small cut. It could be a huge cut. It depends on the price of your art that you sold. So they do take a cut out of that. If you have your own website and you're, you know, technically savvy and you can create your own website, create your own website, because then you don't have to pay anybody for fees. But there's also Facebook and Instagram. You know, if you post your art there and tell people it's available for sale, then, you know, that's a good platform as well. Oh my gosh, so many questions. How to get cells without silicone. Zara, I use paint, water, and Floetrol. All my cells are created with paint, water, and Floetrol. I don't use silicone. I hate the stuff. I will never ever use it in anything I ever do. So paint, water, and Floetrol. Holy cow. My paint doesn't flow like yours on a Dutch port. Holy cow, these questions are coming in fast, guys. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Code Trainer. If you haven't seen my video 63 on my ratios on how I mix paints, if your paints aren't moving, they're too thick. You really need to thin them down for a Dutch pour. Where do I get my rounds? Naomi, I get them from a local carpenter. Seek out a local carpenter where you live. Throw it out on, like, I mean, I have a Facebook groups for the towns where I live in. Throw it out there and ask your fellow town people or city or wherever you live and ask them for a local carpenter, and you'll find that. However, if you live in the US, okay, if you are a US resident and you're looking for wood rounds, I have a friend, her name is Karen. Check out her Facebook page. It's Carolina Foothills Wood Art. It's in a lot of my descriptions. She sells anything wood, rounds, mermaids, dolphins, whatever design you want, she can make it. So check out her Facebook page. I will try and remember at the end of this video to link it in the description below. Oh my gosh. Thank you for all your information. What colors can I use with red in a Dutch pour to give it depth? Oh goodness. Red is a very, very hard color to work with. When you mix it with white, it could turn into pink. To give it depth, try like a gold. Try red and gold. Try red and yellow would give you orange. Let's see. Trying to think here. Let me think about that. How long did it take you to perfect the blow technique with the hairdryer? I did it right away. Didn't take me long. Once I got my ratios right, I haven't had any issues. So, oh, Toronto downtown, Shelly. Let's see. Tammy, for the house paint, I do not use house paint in any of my Dutch pours. I only use house paint when I'm doing the Shelly Bloom technique. So I don't use house paint for Dutch pours, so I cannot tell you what ratios are for that because I do not use house paint. I just use Floetrol. Yes, Mary Lou, my video 63 is still the same. Nothing has changed, even though it's a very old video. In the video, I do mention that I do my white and I eyeball it and I don't measure it. That's the only difference. I do not eyeball my white paint anymore. I mix it the exact same way that I mix my colored paints. That's the only difference between on video number 63 that has changed. All my paints, colors, metallics, deco art, whatever brand I'm using, I mix them all the same, everything. So, hi, Tammy. Tammy's in the house. When did you pop in? So, Tammy is an expert with the primary elements and all color art stuff. So if you have any questions about primary elements, now is your chance to ask Tammy because Tammy is a genius with that stuff. I'm still learning. I just recently got the products from Leslie. So yes, Tammy, you are an expert. So if you have any questions about primary elements, I bug Tammy on a daily basis. Trust me, guys. I'm constantly asking her, how do I do this? How do I mix this? How do I mix that? Tammy has been my savior regarding primary elements. No joke. Everybody who's watching, make sure you're on the live chat, not the top chat, okay? Because then you won't be up to date with what comments are coming in. Thank you, Rosie. Will golden paint work for Amsterdam in your formula? Yeah, like I said, I've tried all kinds. I have Amsterdam paints, Artist Loft, Liquitex Basics. I haven't tried golden. I know there are more heavier, thick, pigmented paint. So if you find it, maybe you can just add a touch more water to your paints, and that will work for you. Does it depend on the brand of paint when creating cells and lace? No, it doesn't. It's all about the consistency and adding the Floetrol in the water. Floetrol in water is what gives me cells on my Dutch pours. Let's see. So before I forget, I wanted to show you guys what I've been up to. So we all love Tammy. Do you ship your I ship anywhere. I ship all across the world. It's just a matter of how much you want to pay for the shipping. So I've sent stuff to Germany, UK, Australia. I've sent stuff to Italy. I send everywhere, but it's expensive. When I ship to the UK, it's expensive, but that's up to you if you want to pay the shipping. Let's see. I ship to the moon if necessary. Yeah, Tammy. I use Canadian Floetrol. I don't know what Australian Floetrol is. I know it's different, but I wouldn't order it from across the world when I have it here at my fingertips. For those of you in Canada, you can only buy Floetrol at deluxe paint stores. You will not find it at Home Depot like the Americans, like you guys in the US. I think you guys buy Floetrol Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. In Canada, the only place licensed to sell Floetrol is deluxe paint stores. Okay, that's it. You won't find it anywhere else. You can find it on Amazon, but you're going to pay more money for it. All right. Yes, I do send to Germany, Charlie. I've sent many things to Germany. So, yes. I don't know. It depends on what you buy. You could buy something this small or you can buy a big canvas. It really depends. Price depends. $50, $60 Canadian. It depends. How do I pack for a big painting? Okay, guys, listen up. For shipping and packaging my stuff, okay? I will wrap all my pieces in tissue paper first and then bubble wrap. Do not put bubble wrap directly onto your pieces. It doesn't matter if they're cured for a week or a month. Those little tiny bubbles in the bubble wrap will leave imprints on your varnish or even your resin pieces. So please wrap your stuff in tissue paper. Go to the dollar store, go buy some tissue paper, wrap it in tissue paper first and then bubble wrap it, okay? And then for me, I have boxes. I can't even read everything that's going on. This is crazy. I'm not even gonna be able to keep up with all of this. I don't know if you saw, have boxes that my awesome mother bought me. They are pizza boxes, okay? And I use these, and this is the best because they're this thin, okay? The higher you go in a box, in depth, the more Canada Post or your postal service, well, at least here in Canada, they charge you more. So the higher the box, the more they charge you. So my mom got me these awesome pizza boxes, and I have all kinds ranging from 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 inch, okay? And this is what I put my canvases in. If it's a really long canvas, I put 2 boxes together and I puzzle them together. Let me show you. So what I'll do is, see this? So there, I do that, and then I put another box next to it, and then I close the flap over, and then I just tape it, and there's your box, okay? And that is like the perfect box for shipping stuff. So I got that, my mom bought me those from Costco, but not regular Costco. It's a business Costco. It's totally different kind of Costco, okay? Do I use Floetrol straight from the bottle? Yes, but I do use a strainer just to catch any globs or bumps or any clumpy stuff in there. Parchment paper, then I don't know about parchment paper because parchment paper has like a waxy kind of film on it. I would just go and get tissue paper. It's a lot cheaper than parchment paper anyway. For the bloom technique, do you use untinted for the pillow? Yeah, I don't tint the paint. I just literally pick it up off the shelf and walk out. Do not tint it. Do not have them shake it. Whatever you do, do not let them shake it when you leave. Just take it off the shelf and go. Don't use a stir stick and, you know, mix it yourself. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a gazillion teeny tiny bubbles. Let's see. Larita, are your paints thicker in a swipe versus a Dutch pour? Yes, they are thicker because I use the Shelly Art Bloom recipe for my swipe. So yes, it's much thicker. Holly, no, I have not tried the strainer cap that Amazon sells. I just go to the dollar store and get a strainer. I'd rather pay for $1 for a strainer than buy something off Amazon. Mary Lou, Juno is definitely better. He is on meds now. I took him to the vet. All his tests came back negative, so he's okay in that aspect. They think he just got really stressed out for being left alone for a week while we were on vacation. So he's on a few meds and he's getting better. So thank you for asking. Let's see, where are we at? Paula, I do have a video with my ratios. It's video number 63. I was told by a professional artist that Floetrol will absolutely ruin your archival properties. After a few years, it does change color. I can't tell you if that's true or not, Jessica. I've had paintings done for way over more than a year. Like, I mean, I don't know if he or she's talking about 5-10 years down the road, but I've never had any issues. So, let's see. Oh gosh, this is so hard to keep up. Brazil, thank you. Let's see, why do I get white dots? The white dots are air bubbles. Those are air bubbles trapped underneath your paint, and every time that bubble pops, you get a white dot. So it's like, they call them measles, right? So you have to make sure that your paints are, you know, try use a torch to pop all your bubbles. But yeah, that's what it is. That's why you get all those little white dots. Yeah, Mia, that's fine. I have no issue with that because I can't keep up just as long as your answers are right. Did you struggle with deciding if you wanted to start a YouTube channel? Was it difficult to start it? Melanie. You know what? I decided one day I was going to throw a video up on YouTube, and then I threw another one and another one. And, you know, at first it was really, really easy because, you know, I had very little subscribers and it was easy to reply to comments. Like I said, oh, this is really easy. But now, guys, I spend hours and hours a night, between 3 and 4 hours a night, replying to emails, comments, Instagram messages, Facebook messages, Pinterest messages. It's insane how much time I spend a night doing that stuff, but I love it. It is what it is, and I can't comment. I used to be able to comment on everyone, so if someone wrote a comment and said, oh, I love your work, I would write thank you or thank you very much. I can't even do that anymore. It's literally heart, 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 heart. That's all I do. I heart everybody's comments. I do read everybody's comments. And if you have a question, I do my best to reply to those comments. But it is getting harder and harder by the day because my subscribers are just going up and I can't keep up. So I wasn't scared to start a YouTube channel. It does take a lot of work though. You know, if you're a camera shy person or don't like to talk, maybe it's not for you, but not everybody talks in their videos. So to each their own, right? So have I found a black pillow paint? Oh, Tammy's already working on getting rid of my trolls. Look at that. Thanks, Tammy. Let's see, where are we at? For pillow paint, is it primer together? No, it's just a eggshell paint. Deborah, for the bloom technique, check out my video 131. It has literally everything you need to know about the bloom technique, okay? Everything, full out tutorial on the bloom technique can be found on video number 131. All right. Where are we at, guys? You know, I bought milk paint to try it, and it's still sitting in the basement. I haven't even touched it. I meant to try it, and I just never really got around to it, so I don't know anything about the milk paint. Let's see. I've never done a feather. That's another thing I'd like to try. I haven't done a feather yet. So before I forget, let me show you guys what I've been working on. Prints. So for anyone who is interested in buying my art, but you know there was only one, and you know I've had a chance, or sorry, there's been when I can't even talk. What's wrong with me? I've had a piece where someone bought it, and then I had like 5 other people want to buy the same piece. Well, unfortunately, there's only one, and you know once it sells, that's it. There's not another one like it. There's also times where people love the piece but can't afford the piece. So I have come up with a solution, like many others have, prints. So these are my Shelly Bloom techniques. These are my coasters, believe it or not, some of my coasters. So I have gone ahead and got prints made of some of my blooms. So let me show you guys some more. So here's another one. All right, so we have prints. So for anyone who's interested in some prints, I will be putting those up on my Etsy. So I have smaller ones as well. These are 10 by 10 and these ones are 12 by 12. Okay, so I'm going to be providing prints for sale. There we go. And then I also have prints of some of my Dutch pours. So if you saw my blue triptych, now there's a print of it. So you can get prints, okay? So I think that's totally in the wrong order, but you get the idea, right? So I will have prints available, not of every piece, okay? And there'll be limited amounts per piece, right? So here's my pink triptych. So there's a print of my pink triptych and that kind of stuff. So prints will be available. Let's see. Let me go back to read some of these questions about the prints. So let's see how much prints. I haven't decided on the price yet. They're going to range anywhere from like 25 bucks to 35, 40 bucks. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. But it depends on the size, right? And it depends if you buy like prints of a triptych or just a single print. But the prints did come out. I'm really happy with the way the prints came out. They're very, very clear, as you can see. Very nice, thick paper. And they are super rich colors. So I'm definitely going to be doing some prints. Let's see. Where are we at? Reading. How do I make the prints? I have a good friend of mine who owns a printing company, and I just contacted him. I literally took the pictures on my cell phone and I emailed him the prints and he printed them for me. So that's how I get them done. If you don't have a printing guy, I'm sure Staples can do it. I'm sure Costco can do it. So you can get prints done anywhere, really. What kind of paper is it? I don't know actually, but it's a very thick cardboard type gloss paper. So I will get the details from my printing guy. So that will be in the description of, on my Etsy site when I do post these up. So you know what kind of paper it is. I got to be a hockey mom? Why? Why do I have to be a hockey mom? Or are you wondering if I'm a hockey mom? How do I get prints blown up so big? Honestly, it's my iPhone. I have, it's an iPhone XR. I just literally take a picture with it and it takes pictures in high definition or high resolution, and it works for me. I don't think anything bigger, like this is a 12 by 12. I can go a little bigger. If I wanted to do a 20 by 20, I could possibly do that as well. But then after that, it starts to get blurry. Because my accent, no, I'm not a hockey mom. I stay away from that. That's just too busy for my life. But and my son's not into hockey, so thank goodness for that. Let's see, where are we at? Thank you, Dina. Let's see. Just trying to read all the questions. So a lot of people ask me where I get my rubber stamp. This is my rubber stamp. Okay. I had it made. I use this on the back of all my canvases and my prints, and then I use a Sharpie to actually sign my name and date it. So I, again, bought this, had it custom made and ordered from a office supply store. So if you find a place like maybe even Staples or any kind of store that sells office supplies, you know, any kind of office supplies, they do make rubber stamps, and then they can customize it for you. So that's where I got my rubber stamp from. Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, Tammy, you look pretty busy. Hi from the UK. Yes. Okay. So, Deb, I do use my cell phone for videos. I have 2 phones. This is my company phone for work, and I'm using my old phone right now to do this live. So I do use my cell phone. It's the only thing I use, and I use it on a tripod. So let me show you guys. The tripod, here, I'm going to take a picture of it. Here we go. This is actually convenient. So this is what it looks like. It's actually a selfie stick, guys. So it's a selfie stick, and that's what it looks like. So I know a lot of you never get to see what it actually looks like, but it's a selfie stick, and I just mount my phone on it, and then I have the microphone, right? A corded microphone, and that's how I record my videos on my cell phone. Because cell phones nowadays are so high tech, right? Especially if you have like the latest version, like an 11 or an XR or an iPhone 8. You know, I don't know, some of you guys are Android users, but hi, Shirley. Yeah, it's a selfie stick, Charlie. No, Marie, the Sharpie will not bleed through on the other side of the canvas. Never ever have I had that problem. There's so much paint on the other side of the canvas. Think about it. There's a layer of white, a whole bunch of layer of colors, and then there's like 2 layers of varnish over that. The Sharpie is definitely not going through any of that. Aren't you worried people will buy your print and make things with it and resell your work? You know what? Someone can buy my canvas, cut it up, and then sell it and do whatever they want with it too, right? It is what it is. I can't stop anybody from doing that. If someone buys anything from me, they could easily take it and, you know, I don't know, take a Sharpie and scratch my name off of it and then sell it as their own piece. I can't stop that. I can't do anything about that. You know, I can't do anything. So if someone buys this print and then tries to sell it and do whatever they want with it, who's to say they can't take a picture of my art on a screen and then make a print out of that and sell that, right? I can't worry about stuff like that. It just doesn't work. What kind of painting did you do before pouring? I didn't do any painting before pouring. I can't even draw a stick figure. I can't even draw a stick man. I'm no joke. Guys, I'm horrible at painting. I started pouring in September of 18, and it was my sister-in-law who got me started on it. She's an actual artist. She actually paints portraits with oil paint and all that, and she started pouring, and then she got me hooked into it, and the rest is history. So I have no art background whatsoever. None. Like, I mean, no art background, no artistic bone in my body, okay? No joke. I have none of that. Let's see. My hairdryer is on hot because that's the only option I have on my hairdryer. So mine blows out hot air. Okay. Any reason you use resin on wood and not on canvas? I do resin some of my canvases. It depends on the piece. If I want the colors to be very vibrant, I will use resin. Varnish does the same thing, but sometimes I use resin on canvases. But on my wood and my tiles, I always use resin. It's just better that way. Oh, hi, buddy. Lucas is here. So I always use resin on my wood stuff. All right. Let's see. I have new boxes. So they're already taped. As you can see, I've taken off the lids, unscrewed everything. So new boxes will be on the way. And a lot of people have asked me, will I do a video showing how I do the boxes? Yes, I will do a quick video on how I do the bloom technique on the boxes. Okay, so I will be doing boxes. Let's see. Where are we at? What number was my bloom video, Zara? It's video number 131. That is a full tutorial on the bloom technique. Thank you, Jennifer. Let's see. Holy cow, these comments are going fast. Dawn, I use Liquitex gloss varnish. Check out video number 130 for a full tutorial on how I do all my varnish stuff and what I use. I use art resin. It's the only resin I've ever used, but I am going to be trying out some new resin in the future, so stay tuned for that. There is a resin in Canada that I have recently found, and I was sent some samples, so I'll be using that soon, and you guys will see that in some upcoming videos. Was it hard to get art on Etsy? Barb, it is very time consuming putting stuff on Etsy. The hardest part about Etsy is figuring out what your shipping is going to be before you even sell it. So that's my biggest issue with Etsy. Putting up the pictures, putting up the description, that's easy. Time consuming, but easy. But the problem is they ask you how much your piece is going to weigh, what the size of it is going to be. So that's very hard to determine when you haven't even put that piece in a box yet, right? So for me now, what I have to do is I take the piece, I put it in the box, I weigh it, I measure it, I put those, that information into Etsy, and it calculates the shipping for you. That's the only tedious problem about Etsy, is you have to figure out what the shipping is going to be, because you can't put anything on Etsy without providing the dimensions and the weight of the package you're going to ship out, right? So that's hard. Is Liquitex varnish smelly? No, I don't think so. At least I haven't noticed it be smelly, so no. It's not. How do you know the shipping charge? Roxy, like I said, you literally have to put the piece of art in the box, okay? So let's say, for example, here's my box. Let me close it up. So let me do this real quick. Hold on. All right. So here's my box, okay? I have a 10-inch box, right? So I can put an 8 by 8 inch in here. So if you have a 8-inch by 8-inch, you need a 10-inch box. If you have a 10 by 10-inch canvas, you need a 12-inch box. You always got to go up at least 2 inches, or else it's going to be a very, very tight squeeze, okay? So you put your piece in the box, you close it up, get yourself a scale, because you need a scale. Get it from Walmart, just a cheap food scale, okay? You weigh it on the scale, and then you have to measure the length with the width and the depth. And then you put that information in Etsy, and then it calculates the shipping for you. So when the person who goes to buy your piece, they punch in their zip code or their postal code or anything like that, and Etsy will calculate the shipping based on the dimensions and the weight that you put when you put, the info in on Etsy. That's how that's determined, okay? How do you ship? I just shipped a 12 by 24 and it cost me $50. So yes, it depends where you're shipping it to, and it depends if you're using just regular mail, if you're using express post, expedited parcel. There's different shipping options, but it's like I said, if you have a box, this is how it is in Canada. I don't know how it is in the US, but if I get a box and I have a 10 by 10 canvas in here, this is what costs you the most, the depth. So this is 6 centimeters, okay? Now, if I put my 10 by 10 inch canvas in a box that was taller, let's say double the size, the price goes up. The thinner the box, the cheaper the cost, okay? It doesn't matter if this is bigger this way or any way, it's the depth. That's where they get you. The second the depth gets more and more, that's where you get nailed more shipping charges. So try your best to put your art in a box that is very thin, like your canvas. Anything wider or depth-wise, higher, taller, call it whatever you want, that's where they nail you for more shipping prices, okay? So keep that in mind. Hi, Kanella, how long have you been on? I got on at 3 o'clock. Okay, Linda, can you please chat about canvases? Do the differing depths have any significance? No, not really. I buy all my canvases from Michael's. There's level 1 canvases, and then there's the gallery wrapped level 3 canvases. There's level 2, but those are like level 1, so I don't really know why you would buy level 2, but I'm sure the canvas part of it is a better quality. I personally use level 3 canvases. They are gallery wrapped. They're, I think, 1.5 inches thick, I think. But I buy those because for myself, I find they're more professional. And when I sell them to people like you guys, it's just more professional. So I buy the level 3 canvases. They are a lot more expensive. So if you are just starting out, I suggest buy level 1. That's what I did. I recently started using level 3s, okay? Linda. Lucas, Linda says hi. Oh, are you watching? He's watching on his iPad. That's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Where are we at? Let me read some more. I gotta go back. I'm trying to kind of scroll back and see what other questions there were. Oh, let me show you guys something before I forget. A lot of people ask me, where's the description box? I say it in every video, at the end of all my videos. All my information is listed in the description box below. And a lot of people have no idea what or where this description box is, okay? So let me show you guys. If you are watching on a tablet or an iPhone or your iPad or anything like that, let me show you what the description box or where the description box is, okay? So if you're, I'll show you guys here. I don't know, hold on. Okay, I'm trying to get the glare out. Let me see. Hold on, there we go. So if you're watching on your tablet, is this gonna work? Let me go close. Oh, it's so bright. Let me see if I can turn it this way. I don't think it'll work, but
I can see it on mine.
Can you see it, Lucas? It's very bright, but right here in the corner, right under the video, there is 3 dots. There it is, right there. Okay, I'm gonna have to do it like this. See that little upside down triangle right there? That little upside down triangle. If you click on that, the description will come out on the bottom, okay? So there's all the description with all the information, all the links. There's my social media links, you know, all that stuff. So when I say click and find everything in the description below, it's that little triangle right there. Click on that little upside down triangle and that will then open up. See, if I close it, see how it went back up? And then let me push it again. I'm trying to see what I'm doing. You see that? There's your description, okay? So that is the description box. For those of you who have no idea where it is, that's the description box, okay? So now you know that. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, Tammy's left the building. Bye, Tammy. Thanks, Tammy, for popping in. Let's see. Where do I purchase my boxes? Roxy, I purchase them from Business Costco. Completely different from a regular Costco. It's called a Business Costco. I have no idea where they are. I don't know if they're in the US, but that's where I get them from. But they're pizza boxes. So look for pizza boxes, okay? That's where I get my boxes from. Where have I had most success selling my art? Zara, I sell, like, I mean, people will email me after they see one of my videos on YouTube and they'll say, I just saw your YouTube video, I want that piece. So recently, that's where all my art is selling. It is selling based on people watching my videos and then they'll email me right away and say, hey, I just saw that video, I want that piece. Otherwise, they sell on Etsy. So those are the 2 main places where my art sells. Thumbs up, everyone. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, everybody give it a thumbs up. Oh, look, I have a thumbs down. I swear I have some real haters out there, guys. No joke. There are always trolls out there and people who will always give me a thumbs down, and it's mind-boggling. So I don't know if you guys all saw my live from St. Lucia. I did like a 6-minute video of like Caribbean music and the steel drums, and honestly there was like 30 thumbs down, and I'm like, what is so bad about, you know, Caribbean music and me being on a vacation? What warrants that to get a thumbs down? So it's just mind-boggling, and you know, people are just haters, you know. It just is what it is. So let's see, where are we at? Let's see. Thanks, Angie. Thanks, Rosie. Don't bother. Continue doing what you do. He did dance with us, and so did Sophia. What is my favorite paint brand? I use mainly Liquitex Basics and Artist Loft only because they're affordable. I do have some Amsterdam paints, and those are actually really nice paints as well. I do not have any golden paints. I have a few Grumbacher, but I have never dipped into the golden paints because they're so expensive. And quite frankly, I seem to do just fine with Liquitex Basics and Artist Loft. I do have very few craft paints from Deco Art and Folk Art, but I rarely use those paints, guys, because they are craft paints and they're very watered down. So they're not the greatest paints for using for a full pour. Like if you're going to use one of those and a bunch of Artist Loft paints, that's okay. But if you're going to use just, you know, Folk Art or Craft Smart paint and stuff like that, you're not going to get good results. I have a lot of people asking me, well, my Dutch pours aren't working, everything's getting smeared and, you know, blending or whatever. And then when I ask, well, what kind of paints are you using? Everyone says, well, I'm using, you know, Folk Art and Craft Smart. They're not good paints, not for the stuff you're trying to do. If you want good results, you have to use good paint, okay? It's just what it is. You can't use dollar store paint. You can't use stuff like that if you want good results. You're just not going to get what you're looking for. So invest in that little extra money and get yourself at least Artist Loft paints, okay? So just keep that in mind. A lot of people are like, why isn't it working for me? Why am I not getting sales? Why is, you know, it's because you're not using good paint, okay? So let's see. Where are we at? Arteza paint. Funny you mentioned that, Marie, because I just got a bunch of Arteza paint while I was away, and I'll be doing a video using Arteza paints coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. It'll be probably the next video or two, where I will be using some metallic Arteza paint that was sent to me by Arteza, so I'm very excited to give that a go. So stay tuned for that, and I will also have a discount code for all of you who want to use and try the Arteza paints. Let's see. Do you need a pouring medium with Arteza? I'll be using it with my Floetrol. I'll be doing it the exact same ratios. I use Floetrol paint and water, you know, my regular paints. I'm going to use Arteza paint and Floetrol. Same thing. I'm going to use the same stuff. Where do you find Amsterdam paint in Canada? Linda, you can only find it at Curry's Art Store. That's the only place you can find Amsterdam paints. Curry's, okay? Artist Loft and Liquitex Basics are what I use. Golden is very expensive. Yes, it is, Joanne. What artist do I want to work with the most? Or do you feel that you work better alone? It depends what you're doing. Like, I mean, if I could meet up with somebody, like, I mean, we all know I met up with Molly in Florida. I wish we had time to pour together, but it was just impossible. But I wish, there's so many people out there, guys, honestly, but I'd have to meet these people around the world. Like, I mean, Molly's in Florida, Arinska is in the Netherlands, Tammy, you're also in the US. I'd love to meet up with all of you guys in paint. That would be super, super neat. I would love that, but it's just not that easy, right? Let's see. Bye, Terry. Where are we at? Kanella, can you mention again the lady that sells the wood rounds? Her name is Karen, and her Facebook page is Carolina Foothills Wood Art. Okay, so check her out. Anyone in the US, she sells whatever you need with wood. Rounds, shapes, dolphins, stars, you name it, she can carve it. Okay, so check her out. But you got to tell her I sent you, though. That is very, very, very important to me. Okay, so if you're going to go and check her out and order anything from Karen, please tell her Kanella sent you. Okay, I'd really appreciate that. Shelly, thank you for your discount codes. Thank you, Shelly. So yes, I have discount codes with the LOLIVEFE mat. So if you guys have all seen me use the LOLIVEFE mat, you can save $5 off the Jumbo and the Mega Mat. I will soon have Arteza, where you can order anything and get a discount with Arteza. That is coming up. Color art, anything from primary elements, pigments, vivid enamel, polypore, all that stuff. You can save 20% using my code Kanella120. You can save there as well. Let's see, LOLIVEFE color art. Shelly, the Shelly Art Bloom technique. If you take the course, you can save 15% using my code there as well. Okay. What kind of canvases do you recommend? Which brand do you use? I buy all my canvases from Michaels, and personally for myself, I use the level 3 gallery wrapped canvases. But if you're just starting out, start with level 1 because the gallery wrap canvases are super duper expensive, okay? Tina, how many craft shows do I do a year? I did, in 2019, I did 2. I did one in March and then one in November. And I probably won't ever do another one again. Not because I don't like it. I did very, very well at both shows and made a great amount of money, which was awesome. But for me, the problem is it takes away my entire weekend. It's literally from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay. So my whole weekend is shot, and the preparation leading up to a show is ridiculously tiresome. Okay. From making sure you have enough pieces to getting everything wrapped up and, packed up so that you can, drive it to the art show. Then you got to set everything up. You got to buy stuff for setting stuff up. Depending on the show, there could be insurance payments you have to make for insurance. And, it's just so much. And for me right now, that's way too much work for me. I'm already doing okay as it is by selling my art, by you guys emailing me or Etsy, that for me right now, I just don't want to do art shows anymore. But if you're into the art show kind of stuff, then, by all means, power to you. But for me, I don't think I'm going to be doing any more moving forward because they are just so time consuming and extremely, extremely stressful for me because I just don't have the time for it. So let's see. I have never used chalk paint, Elaine. No. Challenges, Pam. I'm working on another collaboration. I won't mention with who yet, but it's in the works. I don't know when it's going to be out, but we'll see. How do I decide? Okay, this is a very important question. Okay, so listen up, everybody. So Betty asks, how do you decide what to sell your canvases for? This is a question I get asked a lot, okay? Now, here's the difference, okay? When I first started pouring and I was selling my pieces, oh, Tracy's in the house. I just saw you, Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Okay, so back to the question. When I first started, I basically sold my canvases for what I paid for materials because I didn't feel like I could sell something for $100 or $200 when I was starting out, okay? I literally sold the pieces for all the materials that I spent to make that piece and maybe just a little extra just to pocket some money, okay? That was at the beginning. Over the year, I have made a YouTube channel, okay? I have gained a ton of subscribers, a ton of fans, a ton of people who are, tell me I inspire them and this and that. Like, it's just, I have a YouTube channel now and I have a high, I guess, subscriber rate or whatever. So because of that, I can price my art a little higher, okay? I would never do that starting out, but because I am where I am now, I feel like I can price my art where I price it at. There's no right or wrong of how you price your art. It's what you feel comfortable with. If I take a piece and I sell it for 300 bucks and I can, great, power to me. If it doesn't sell though, clearly my art is priced too high, right? So you have to determine that on your own. I cannot tell you. I know there's a chart out there that people follow, like 25 cents per square inch and this and that. That chart is garbage, okay? Let me tell you why. Because that doesn't factor in A, what technique you did, B, the materials you used, C, the canvas you used, how much time you used to do it. Did you resin it on top? Did you varnish it on top? There's so many deciding factors as to how you price your art. So this chart that people follow, about 25 cents a square inch and 30% garbage. Like, I see that chart and I want to like just shoot myself because it's like the silliest thing I've ever seen. Just price your art how you feel comfortable. What, like, I mean, price it to the point where you're not going to lose money. If you want to gift it to a family member or a friend, then, you know, that's up to you, right? So, where are we at? I need water. Time is money. You know it, Marie. It really is, right? So, I do speak the truth, whether you like it or not. I will tell you the truth. I get a lot of people who private message me and send me pictures of their art and say, hey, tell me what you think. And, you know, there are pictures where I look at them and I'm like, hey, that's really good for your first try. Not bad at all. But then if it's not, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, that's looking a little muddy. Maybe you should have done this, or maybe you should have done that, or you know what? You know, I'll tell you. I don't tell you to hurt your feelings, because if I'm going to lie to you and make you think it's wonderful when it's not. But again, art is in the eye of the beholder. So I may not like it. How many pieces have I done of my own and I didn't like them and scraped them? And then I read your comments and you guys are like, oh, you're crazy. I loved it. You shouldn't have scraped it. So it's whatever you feel comfortable with. If you like it, you like it. I may not like it, but that's just me, right? So, oh, Kalispera Kanella. I have a Greek in the house. I love that. I love that. That's so cool. That is super, super cool. What paint do you use as your black cell activator when doing the bloom technique? I just use Artist Loft black. I'm not going to go out and buy special black. Like, you know, I know you need the Amsterdam white for this. I've never done black, but I've done blue. I've done phthalo blue as a cell activator, and I used Grumbacher phthalo blue. So get Grumbacher black. I think it's like Mars black or something black. Have you ever given thought to having another class? Yes, for those of you who are in Canada and live near me or close to me, I will be doing more classes, but they will be in the spring. Because my classes are conducted in the garage, just so that I can have more space for more people, it's a little too cold to be in the garage, okay? So I have to wait till winter is over, so I'll probably start classes up back in April. So anyone who's watching who wants to take a class with me, a workshop, you can do so in the spring. So message me, email me, and we can touch base in the spring. Okay? Let's see. Kanella, just remember, hurt people hurt others. We still love you. Love you too. You know what? I'll tell you guys. So I get, as much as I get a bunch of happy, lovely comments, lovely emails. You know, some of you guys email me and tell me that, you know, because of you, I did this and you inspire me and this and that. I do get a few hate emails and a few nasty comments and a few nasty things. One of them that really made me laugh, and I just, you know, I want to share. And I'm not going to mention any names because there's no point in doing that. But someone had sent me an email and sent me this and says, I no longer watch your videos as almost 20 minutes of product promotion, self-promotion, and idle chit-chat and ramblings are a waste of everyone's time. I too am an artist and enjoy, insert another artist name here, I'm not going to mention the name. I enjoy her videos in particular as she doesn't presume that her time is more valuable than ours. Under 10 minutes is a good goal and will get many of us returning to learn from your journey. Okay? So let me tell you something. If you don't like my videos, get lost. It's plain and simple, guys. If you don't want to hear me talk about me, about Juno, about my Florida vacation or my St. Lucia vacation or anything like that while I'm painting, there's two things you can do. Mute. We all know what the mute button is. Or fast forward. Fast forward the video till you get to the paint portion of the video, okay? If you don't like it, scram. Unsubscribe yourself. Unlike, unclick the bell. Go away. I don't need that. I don't need you. And if you love my art, but you don't love listening to me talk, again, go away. There are hundreds and thousands of other artists out there in YouTube land, you know, who play just music. Go ahead and watch theirs. I don't care. But to take the time to send me an email and say that my videos are too long and I'm wasting your precious time, what about my precious time? The time that I take to make the video, the time I take to edit it, to upload it, to add all the information to it, to answer your questions, to answer your emails. What about my time? Is that not precious to me? Like, these are free videos that you guys are watching, and 90% of you guys are extremely grateful, and I love you guys for it. But that other extra percent that's not grateful, take a hike. Okay? Literally, take a hike. So, you know, oh, you guys heard Juno cry in the background. So, anywho, that's my rant, okay? I'm tired of listening to, oh, you talk too much, and get to the painting. And then people will come and say, oh, the painting doesn't start till 13 minutes into the video. I don't care. Fast forward, okay? That's it. So, it just frustrates me. You have no idea, because although, yes, I get paid by YouTube, that's not, you know, like, I mean, you guys shop on my Amazon links, I get a cut out of that. When you buy something and I'm an affiliate, I get a cut out of that. But the amount of time and hours I spend making these videos, the canvases I buy, the Floetrol I buy, the paint, the this, the that, all that stuff comes out of my pocket, not your pocket, not, you know, money coming off the tree in the backyard where I can just pick money off of it and go shopping. This is my money coming out of my pocket, right? So I'm doing these videos for you guys to learn. I answer the questions for you guys to learn, right? So when I do all this for free and then I get people complaining, it's just ridiculous. So anywho, bye Tracy. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. What else? Oh, a lot of people are telling me that they're not getting notifications when I upload new videos, okay? It's been happening a lot with a lot of people, okay? So let me tell you guys, give this a try. Unsubscribe and resubscribe, okay? So let me give you an example. Here's Molly's page, right? So I'm subscribed to Molly, and then you have the little notification bell. Let me see. So I have to do it like this, otherwise you get a glare. But you see the notification bell? If you unclick it, okay, so did I unclick it? Let me unclick it. Okay, so you see here how you have two options. It says personalized and none, okay? So if you click that notification bell and then I have it clicked to all, make sure it's clicked to all, okay? If you do it personalized, you won't get half the notifications. So unclick the notification bell and re-click it and make sure you click off the all option, okay? So that way you'll get notified every time I post videos or go live, okay? So that's what I mean when I say click the notification bell and I ring my little bell. That's what it means. So click the all button, okay? Let's see. The way you present your videos on YouTube makes me feel I'm actually part of the painting process. Thank you, Alicia. Let's see. No, I won't change a thing, Bonnie. It's just how I am. This is me, okay? I am to the point, loud, Greek, and proud. So, like, I mean, it is what it is, okay? I love Molly, too. So, let's see. Do I have any other things? I'm on TikTok now. I have a TikTok account, so if you are on TikTok, feel free to follow me there. The link is in the description below. Let's see. I already talked about the description box. What other questions do you guys have? We're at almost an hour, so I'm going to wrap it up soon. Roxy, what is TikTok? It's another social media app where people just upload videos with music. very short 15 to 30-second video clips. And you just upload videos with music, and that's it. That's all TikTok is. It's nothing like Facebook or anything like that, but it's the real hip thing to have apparently now with all the, you know, millennials and the youngsters. So let's see. Hey Kanella, how long does the resin need to cure? Okay, here's another question I get asked a lot. A lot of people think that you have to wait 3 to 4 weeks for your canvas to cure or your resin to cure. I have never in my life waited that long to wait for a painting to cure before I could varnish it or resin it, okay? Never, ever, ever will I ever wait that long. If I did, I'd have a basement full of stuff that I can never get rid of, okay? So as soon as my canvas is fully dry to the touch, like I can literally take it and rub my hand on it and nothing will happen to it, fully dry to the touch, I will varnish or resin it, okay? I will not wait 3 to 4 weeks for it to cure. I've never had an issue with that, so I don't know why people think they need to wait a month before they can do that. So, you know, what makes you happy about what you do? Your comments, your views, your subscribership, your likes, you know, your awesome emails where you email me and say you've been nothing but an inspiration, you've helped me do this, you've helped me do that. That stuff, guys, like makes me happy because that's why I have a YouTube channel. I want to help. When I first started, I didn't know anything. I didn't have anyone to ask any questions. I didn't have anybody to do anything with, okay? My sister-in-law was a beginner just like I was, so we were new at it. You know who helped me? YouTube artists. Other YouTube artists helped me. So I watched a ton of other YouTube artists, and that's how I learned. And because of that, I felt had the need to start a channel and help other people as well. So that's what makes me happy, helping you guys, okay? Becky says hi. My husband's sitting here and he just gave me a really funny look. Check out Tina Beagle's comment. I have to go back up. What did Tina ask? Tina, where are you? Tina. Would you ever consider giving up your 9 to 5? Okay, that's a good question, Tina. So a lot of you may or may not know, I have a 9 to 5 job, okay? Art and YouTube is not my everyday job. I do have a 9 to 5. I do accounting. And so would I ever give up my 9 to 5? No, probably not. Only because as good as this whole art endeavor and adventure is for me, you never know what it's going to bring you, right? You never know if it's going to be a good month or a bad month. So I love my 9 to 5 job. And it gets me out of the house. It gets me mingling with other adults and having adult conversations. So no, I would never quit my 9 to 5 job. I do like it. So along with my 9 to 5 job, I do my art job, which is in the evening. I do my mom job, which is 24/7. I do my wife job, which is almost more than 24/7. Isn't that right? My husband's shaking his head. He's like, no. And then I have my puppy 24/7. Okay. So I'm extremely busy 24/7. I've had a few people in my videos comment and say, you look really tired. Guess what? I'm extremely tired all the time. I go to bed anywhere between midnight, 1 a.m., and then I'm up at 6 a.m. So it is exhausting, okay? But I find somehow to juggle all of that, okay? So if you ever decide you want to start a YouTube channel, and when you get to the point where I'm at, it's a lot of work, like a lot of work, okay? Let's see, let me go back down here. Are the kids interested in painting? As you know, Lucas has dabbled in a Dutch pour or two. There is a video of him doing a Dutch pour way back in the day. He's always interested in hanging out with me when I'm doing art stuff in the basement. Sophia, not so much. She doesn't really care to watch mommy, but Lucas definitely does. Hello, Tammy from Tennessee. Patty, I have no idea how you keep this life up. You know what? I don't know how I do it either. Maybe one day I will crash and burn, but for now it seems to be working. So, yeah. My German Shepherd Whisper loves your JUNO videos. He's under the table right now. He's hanging and, by my feet here. All right, so let's see. I'm going to wrap this up soon. I'm just trying to think if I forgot anything. So again, I'll be doing a video on the boxes soon with the Shelly Bloom. I also have canister sets. So I've got my lid taped off and ready to go. I'm going to do a bloom on here and top it with resin. So I have these canister sets. These are going to be available for purchase soon. Okay. And don't forget, I now have prints. For those of you recently joined in, there are going to be prints of my art. So for those of you who can't afford to buy my art, my original art on canvas, or you wanted it but it got sold already, I will be making prints. Okay, so that will be prints. Let's see, Sarah, there will not be a video today. I'll probably release another video tomorrow or the next day. Mary Lou, I will do a pour on the boxes, I promise. All right. Can you do a resin how-to? Chrissy, I actually have a lot of those videos. I have about 3 or 4 videos on how-to resin. I believe one of them, don't quote me on this, one of them is probably video number 108. I'm pretty sure that's it, but I have done a bunch. So just, I know it's a lot of videos. You'll have to sift through and look for, in the title of the video, the word resin. You'll see it there, okay? So let's see. How do we get more cells from our paintings? Sister Selena, I just use paint, Floetrol, and water, guys. Use my ratio, my mixing ratio in video number 63, and mix your paints exactly the way I mix them, and you really shouldn't have a problem. It's what I do. It's how I do it. I blow it out with the hairdryer and cells galore, okay? Do not use silicone. Please, please, for the love of God, do not use silicone in any of your stuff, okay? You don't need it, okay? Bye, Bonnie. All right. What was my favorite thing to do in St. Lucia? Eat. Eat. The food was amazing. So I have some weight to lose now thanks to St. Lucia. But yes, the food was delicious. Can we request a print if we don't see it on your site? Yes, you can. So I'm only going to make prints of certain pieces, and it's going to be a limited amount of prints. I'm not going to have it forever. I'll make, let's say, 5 copies of a print, and once those sell, that's it. They're limited time, you know, so if you're humming and hawing over wanting a print, there's only going to be so many, okay? Because I can't really keep going back to my printing guy and say, hey, I need another one. Hey, I need another one. Because it also costs me money because he has to ship it to me. Because I can't go and pick it up. So I'm going to order a certain amount of prints, certain amount of sizes, of a certain amount of like the print of something, and then once it's out, it's done, it's finished, okay? Those will go up on Etsy in a few weeks. I need to make some more prints first. These are just samples. I had my printing guy send me samples. So again, you know, triptychs. This is my blue triptych. For those of you who, you know, really love the blue triptych but couldn't afford the sticker price on the canvas piece, I do have it in prints now, right? So I will be doing prints on, there's my pink triptych, okay? So I will be doing prints. All right. Happily waved bye-bye to silicone. Smart move. Seriously, smart move. Sorry, still need to answer mine. Answered. How do we get more cells? How do you get more? I don't know how you get more. All I know is how to get them. It depends on how you blow it out. It depends on how you layer your paints. I don't really know how you get more. Do you want your whole canvas covered in cells? I'm not really sure what you want. So, where are we at? Did I forget anything? No, I think I covered everything. Like, I mean, I know there's a bunch of questions that you guys asked that I probably didn't even see because it's literally impossible to answer a question looking here and then read, you know, the comments that are literally moving like this on my computer screen. So, let's see. I'll be on for a few more minutes, so let me see if there's any other questions here. How do I decide to use resin or varnish? Most of my canvases get varnish because it's just a cheaper alternative to resin. If I resin a piece, the price goes up. So I try and keep the price down. It looks just as good as resin. My wood rounds and my tiles all get resin. No matter what, they always get resin on them. And canvases get varnish, okay? What's your heading for your boxes? I don't know what that means. What's my heading, Jenny? Yes, if you have a question, you can email me. My email is in the description below. It's kanellasiraco@gmail.com. You know, please be patient with me. I get a ton of emails and a ton of, you know, questions. So if I don't answer you right away, please don't get mad. I had a lady once say, hey, I saw you read my comment, but you didn't answer. Well, guess what? I'm busy. I don't sit by my phone 24/7 just to answer questions. I do have a life. I do have a family. I do have a job. So I will get back to you. Just be patient with me, okay? So yes, you can email me. Roxy, I use Floetrol and don't get cells. Roxy, you need paint, water, and Floetrol. And you need to make it the right consistency. If you watch my video number 63 and mix your paints according to my ratios, then you should get cells, okay? And again, in my video, I am making paint for my squeeze bottles. I know a lot of you don't have squeeze bottles. You use those little Dixie bathroom cups, okay? So do this. A lot of people are like, well, I don't need squeeze bottles. I need little cups. What's the ratio for little cups? Half it. So if my Floetrol ratio is 80 grams of Floetrol, do 40 grams. And if that's still too much, do 20 grams. And if that's still too much, do 10 grams. Okay, so literally half it, half it, half it, and half it until you get the amount that you want. Same with the paint. You start at 40 grams, so do now 20 grams, then 10 grams, and then 5 grams. It's really simple, okay? So just literally half it every time, okay? Let's see. Paint in the squeeze bottles lasts a really long time. I have paint in some of my squeeze bottles that are in there for like 2, 3, 4 months, okay? Give it a good shake before you're about to pour, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else, guys. Okay, as long as it's airtight and air's not getting into it, you can keep that paint in those squeeze bottles for a very, very long time. Let's see. Have you ever found a color combination that absolutely does not work? Not yet. Although I might come to that soon in my next video, because you all know I'm doing my series of complementary colors. So I did purple and yellow, and then I did blue and orange, and my next one is red and green. So I'm really worried about that, but we'll see how that turns out. That could be one that doesn't work. We will see. Let's see. Hi Lisa, I know you're late. Unfortunately, this is going to be over very shortly, so you might have to watch the replay. Do I have to clean the squeeze bottles? No, because when I run out of paint in that color, I just refill it. If I want a new color, I would not use the same bottle. I'm not going to waste my time cleaning that bottle out. I will just get a new bottle, okay? What one piece of advice would you give a beginner pourer? Patience, okay? Patience, patience, patience. I have people tell me, you know, I've been doing this for this amount of time and I can't get it to work. I had one person tell me, I can't get the bloom technique to work. I've tried it 6 times and I can't get it to work. I give up. 6 times? It took me 3 to 4 weeks, okay? And multiple tries, and multiple wasted canvases, multiple wasted tiles, an abundance of wasted paint, and hundreds of dollars wasted, okay? It is what it is. You need patience and you need to practice. It does not happen overnight. Like, it didn't happen overnight for me. It literally took me weeks to get the bloom technique right. I didn't get the Dutch pour right at the beginning. It took practice, okay? So if you're willing to give up after a few tries, paint pouring is not for you, let me tell you, okay? If you don't want to buy the materials, buy the better brand paints and stuff like that, I'm telling you guys, pouring, you guys already know this, is not a cheap hobby, okay? So you got to keep that in mind. You need to practice and practice and practice, and don't give up, because eventually you will get it and you'll nail it. But you just need practice, guys, and patience, okay? That is my advice. Is Erica Hughes in the house? Let me see. Oh, hello, Erica. Wait a second. What time is it there? What time is it in Ireland? Erica's in the house. Let's see. 9 p.m. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up soon. Yes, temperature does affect your paint. Try and keep it at room temperature. Your paints that are drying, try to keep those at room temperature, because if it's too cold, your paint might crack. So keep that in mind. Ooh, from Dubai. Look at that. I'm just setting up to pour. Thanks, Erica. I you know, if you're all into the swipe technique, go check out Erica, because she has been nailing the swipe techniques. I'm still practicing. I'm still working on mine. They're nowhere near ready or perfect, but Erica seems to have nailed that very, very well. So check out Erica Hughes, guys. She does amazing things with her swipes. Seriously, I love it. Belgium. Good night, Nadine. Okay, so I think that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Where are we at? We're like at an hour and 15 minutes. What type of resin do I use? Art resin. I've only ever used art resin. I will be using a new resin shortly. I got some new resin sent to me by a Canadian company in British Columbia. So I'll be trying that, and I will be showing that in an upcoming video. Just don't know when, but I will. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, Kate. I try and keep it real. There's no, you know, fakeness with me. It is what it is, and what you see is what you get. So it's like I said earlier, for those of you who are new, if you don't like it, take a hike. Really. So, Kathy, I don't see every comment. Let's see. I'm going to have to reread all of these. It's impossible for me to read every comment. Kathy, Kanella, please answer me. Kathy, what was your question? Let me see if I can scroll up. Kathy, ask your question again. I'm from Norway and I love your videos. Thank you, Guro. I hope I said that right. What is it about silicone that you don't like? Linda, the problem with silicone is it's got an oily residue, obviously, as you all know. So when you use silicone in your paint on your canvas, when you go to resin it or you go to varnish, if you don't clean off that canvas perfectly well, then your resin will repel the spots on the canvas that have the silicone oil. Just like oil and vinegar or water and oil, the resin will not touch the part of the canvas that has the silicone oil on it. So you have to take your time to sit there. Hey guys, I'm in a live. Can we be quiet?
Sorry.
Thanks. So if you have any part of oil residue on that canvas at all and you go to resin it or varnish it, it will repel and say bye-bye to your canvas. Like, you have to take the time to clean it, you know, sand it, fix it. It's not worth the hassle. Okay, Kathy, what do I do with the white bottle that comes with it? What bottle? I don't know what I don't know what you're talking about. Craftnique? What is Craftnique? I don't know what Craftnique is. Yeah, the finger clicking. Guys, be quiet. I know, right? This is what happens when I do a live in the kitchen. Kathy, I don't know what Craftnique is. I have no idea what that is. I'm so sorry, but I don't know what that is. Anyone know what Craftnique is? I don't know what that is. I got it because you told me to in a video. I don't know what Craftnique is. What, do you know what video it was and what I was talking about or anything like that? It's not me. You might be confusing me. Okay, it's a varnish. It's not me, hun. You're mixing me up with another YouTuber because I do not use Craftnique paints or anything like that. So Roxy thinks you might be talking about Jen Neal. I do not know what Craftnique is. Putting it on wood. Kathy, the only thing I put on my wood rounds is gesso. I put a coat of gesso. It's a primer. I put that on my wood rounds. I don't know what Craftnique is. So you must have seen that from someone else because it's not from me. Mara, I tried pouring medium with just water. I can't find Floetrol in my region. It's very expensive to buy it from the US and Canada. I do know there's like Liquitex pouring medium. I've never used it myself for, you know, my Dutch pours. So unfortunately, I don't know what mixing ratios would be for that. So unfortunately, I can't help you with that. Let's see. All right, where are we at? Oh, I just got a PayPal donation from Marie Alice. Why, thank you, Marie Alice, for your PayPal donation. How thoughtful. That was very nice. So yeah, if there's anyone else out there, my PayPal link is listed in the description below. For those of you who have donated, I really appreciate it. It really helps me a lot. It helps me buy materials and canvases and paints and all that stuff. So thank you for those of you who have donated. You know, every little bit helps. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap it up because I think my family's getting a little irritated. Hi, Deborah. Let's see. Mr. Juno is under the table. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up. If you had questions and I didn't get to the answers, I'm really sorry. There's only so much I can read and talk at the same time. So if there was a question you had and I did not answer it, feel free to email me. I will answer your question, I promise. Just be patient with me, okay? Again, if you're late watching, feel free to watch from the beginning where I talk about the description box and, you know, please subscribe. It's very important if you are watching and you hit the subscribe button because that stuff really helps me out, okay? Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, check off the all notifications, okay? It really helps with my YouTube channel. It helps with the algorithm of my YouTube channel. So help me, you know, keep my channel going. So I think that's it. Again, all my links are listed in the description below. If you are on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, I'm on all of those social media websites. Thank you very much for everyone who joined in. Don't forget, I have the prints that I'm working on. For you guys to purchase prints. I will be working on the boxes. Did I freeze? Let's see. Oh, my camera froze. There we go. I have the boxes that I'll be doing soon a video of, and the canisters, I'll be doing those soon as well. Okay? So please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Thumbs up to my video. And that's it. Don't forget to check out Juno's YouTube channel, okay? Juno has a YouTube channel too, okay? And he's almost at 1,000 subscribers. So his link is in the description below, or simply search Juno the Husky and you will find his channel. Please follow him. I would really appreciate it. Even if you're not a dog lover or you're a cat lover, just subscribe anyway, okay? So I'd appreciate that. Who wants to see Juno? I'll give you guys a snapshot of Juno before I go. Let's see. All right. He is right down there. Hi, Juno. You say hi, buddy. Are you watching yourself in the camera? Hey? Who's that? You say hi? All right. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Take care. Bye.